Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. My name's Chelsea. You know that, I know that. And I'm just a lady with a bulldog, a camera, and too many opinions. Everything I say on this channel is my own opinion. I'm not stating anything as a fact. And guess what? Typically, everyone that I discuss on my channel is a public figure or presenting themselves as one, especially everyone in this video. Now, this is not harassing, doxing, anything like that, and all protected under fair use. Now, you know, when I have to start out a video with that this is about to be a doozy. Well, you're right. Now, as you can imagine, being someone who is a full-time content creator, I get asked tips, tricks, all those things, how to fold in the cheese, regarding social media all the time. And one suggestion that I do have a lot lately is for people to really get in there when it comes to YouTube Shorts. The algorithm with YouTube Shorts is pretty crazy. And you got to be consistent with it, but just do it and it will typically pay off, right? What if I told you as well that there seems to be an untapped genre, apparently, that is just almost guaranteed to hit every time you post one? Would you believe me if I said that untapped genre was Young Sheldon, you know, Bazinga? There is an entire corner of the internet that I don't want to get into. I was pushed into it, unfortunately, for this video, that is obsessed not only with Young Sheldon, the show, the sitcom, but also with the actor that plays him. And his name is Ian Armitage. Now, one of the YouTube channels that has the most short form content featuring Young Sheldon seems to be this YouTube channel right here. Now, this YouTube channel, under the name of Uriel BRG, has over 300,000 subscribers, which is crazy. And it really does seem like all of their short form content is about or featuring this child actor. And now this is where we unfortunately are pushed into the rabbit hole that is the person who is running this account, Uriel Bromberg, arguably one of the, in my opinion, most unwell people on the internet, a catfish, a stalker, someone with a strange infatuation with Young Sheldon, a leech, and overall just a menace to the internet landscape of today. Now, as we can see from his YouTube channel, almost all of his content is about this child actor, Ian Armitage, who plays Sheldon in the show Young Sheldon. He even has multiple music videos on his channel that seem like they are tributes to Ian Armitage, and even a few of them that feature footage of Ian Armitage when he was a very young child and a baby. Now, if you look at the comments on almost any of these videos, it is not only astounding and embarrassing, but just insane that people think that this is him. People literally think that this account is Ian Armitage. However, thank goodness, since this person has been called out a good bit now, there are still some people that are able to comment without getting their comments deleted right away, correcting people when they say things like, I didn't know that Sheldon had his own channel. His name's not Sheldon, that's just a character he plays. After posting so much content, potentially allegedly posing as Ian Armitage and making potentially a lot of money pretending to be him and posting content about him that's completely unauthorized. Thankfully, it was clocked by the actual Ian Armitage, the actor, and he posted this on Twitter saying that he is not associated with any other YouTube channels, this is his only one, and that he doesn't have any others. Basically, that he's not posting these. Before we get too far into this video, let's go ahead and thank the sponsor of this video, Aura. Now, how do you feel about this man? This man, your hair looks like that and you're a billionaire. How do you feel about this man having access to your social security number? Well, guess what? Whether you want to admit it or don't, or voted for it or didn't during, this all transition, that one now does have access to that type of information because his Doge representatives were granted access to the US Treasury. Now, that does include social security numbers, phone numbers, bank account information, personal finance information, and a lot more. And it's on us to protect ourselves, which is where Aura comes in. Aura keeps you safe online by doing all of that hard work for me. Aura will continuously monitor the dark web and alert me if they find my personal information exposed. They're going to let me know fast if anyone tries to use this information to access my credit or bank accounts. Plus, they give me up to $5 million in identity theft insurance should the worst case scenario happen. They also identify data brokers who are selling my information and submit opt-out requests on my behalf. So give Aura a few weeks and you'll actually stop seeing your information on these types of sites when you search for yourself, which ultimately will result in less spam calls and spam emails and stuff like that too. The Aura app also has a VPN with over 100 virtual locations. Now, does the VPN that you use right now have all of these other features too? Probably not. So you can go to my link, aura.com/CC Suarez, and start your 14-day free trial today. That's aura.com/CC Suarez to start your 14-day free trial. It's up to us to protect our own data, and Aura helps us do that. Now back to the video. Now, one thing that is wild that I clocked super quickly is on the community tab page of this YouTube channel that for some reason people still think is Ian Armitage when it literally doesn't even say his name and it's not his picture. What are you doing? Drives me crazy. So this person posted a community tab post that has just a picture of them like walking across the street or something. And the post says, "Ain't no sound but the sound of the streets." But the post has been edited. So what did it say before that? And this has 261 likes and over 40 comments. And just thought that was so interesting because almost none of the comments make sense regarding this picture and post. So some people are saying, "It's okay. By the way, we love you. Ural, I love you. You're the best. I love young Sheldon. Y'all are unwell. Like, are you 5? You have to be 5. And someone else said, "It's all right, man. I still love your videos. What does that have to do with him walking across the street?" And then someone else said, "I have mad respect for you. Help other small YouTube channels by subbing to them. One of my subscribers told me how grateful he is for you to be his subscriber." Okay. Another person said, "Who are you?" The actor from Young Sheldon's name is Ian Armitage. And someone replied to that and said, "Uriel is a close friend of Ian." And they said, "Oh, okay, got it." Another person said, "Nah, he ain't," because it has been clarified by Ian Armitage that he has no association with this person. So I'm assuming what happened is about 8 months ago, it seems like when this was posted, he possibly had to make a statement saying like, "Hey, I'm not Ian. Like, this is not him," to basically cover his own ass, in my opinion. Not saying this is what happened, but what I possibly think happened is that Ian Armitage's team was probably like, "Hey, you need to make a statement, say that this is not him on the YouTube channel because people are thinking that it is," clearly from the comments. And then 4 months after that, he posted another YouTube community tab post of him with a dog filter on, and it's a carousel post with literally a picture of a carousel, and it's like selfies of him and like a dog and a carnival and, you know, a dog filter of some sort. And it says, "Thank you all for the birthday wishes. I had such a nice one this year." And someone commented and said, "Who's this? And what happened to young Sheldon?" Like, who are you? And a bunch of people are like, "So you aren't young Sheldon? Like, what? I thought you were young Sheldon." Another person, "Sorry, but who are you and why am I subbed? Who is this man?" It's absolutely insane. And one of the first people who commented on it said, "Guys, he's close friends with the actor who played in Young Sheldon." And another person said, "No, he's not." Another person said, "No, he isn't. No, he isn't." Like, it's my favorite that these people are so delusional and will just believe anything that someone says without any proof, even after the actual person in question, the famous person, has actually said, "No, I have no association with this person or this YouTube channel." But yet they'll be like, "No, he's friends with him. He definitely is." So we know who Ian Armitage is, but who is Uriel Bromberg? According to Google and famousbirthdays.com, I have a question. How the hell does this scammer, in my opinion, have a famous birthdays thing and I don't? What's going on here? Okay. Uriel Bromberg is a pop singer, born October 1st, 2000. He's a Libra, 24 years old, from Brazil, and he's a singer, songwriter, composer, vocalist, entertainer, artist, musician, performer, and producer who is known for his album Fourth Package, for his single A Perfect Life, and for his short film Fourth Package. Before fame, he taught himself how to make music beginning in middle school. He began working on recording and mixing songs. He released his first album, Fourth Package, in the year 2020. His favorite color is green. He's ambidextrous. He met Ariana Grande and has made art featuring her. His YouTube video, The Engine Room, A Perfect Life, garnered more than 20,000 views. His older brother died after drowning in a swimming pool in the year 2020. He is very close friends with Ian Armitage. Hey, bud. Any of that true? Uriel is, like we saw from famousbirthdays.com, a super reputable source, is a musician, an artist, a performance artist. And it turns out, according to his Instagram, that he is signed to a label called Fuse 4. Now, Fuse 4 apparently recently did some rebranding, but sometime last year on their website, it said that they were a culmination of 4 different entertainment agencies or talent agencies, music production agencies, whatever, put together. And that was Universal, 3 different types of Universal, and then Virgin. Don't you think if those companies merged or came together at all, and if ever, that would have been a bigger deal? Don't you think that they would have a larger following on Instagram? Very strange. Anyways, so on this site, they have since taken that off, which is quite interesting. But they still say on there that they have multiple different artists signed and they have content linked on their website or embedded on their website from not only Uriel, but it looks like 2 other artists as well. Now, it really seems that some of the only accounts that are even engaging with Fuse 4 is Uriel and his 5 different accounts. He has multiple accounts and all of them are engaging with each other. It's literally that Spider-Man meme of them all pointing at each other. Now, Uriel Bromberg has been exposed on the internet and called out multiple times. And it seems like every time he attempts, in my opinion, to like just scrub everything and like start over. And that's why if you look at his Instagrams and things right now, there's like hardly anything on it, but he has a lot of followers and it's just so strange. So like, is he repurposing these Instagrams and these different accounts? I mean, that's personally what I think. I am coming into this a little bit late, but thank God there are people out there like Connor Ferguson and then also Jessica as well, who is a YouTuber. And then there are a few other people as well who have been consistently calling him out, even though he rebrands and they've been keeping receipts and things like that. So that is very helpful. Now let's go back to what seems like the beginning with Connor Ferguson. Now, Connor Ferguson is a Canadian musician and songwriter who is now based in the UK. And he says himself that he's been a victim of cyberstalking, identity theft, and constant harassment for close to 4 years now at the hands of a Brazilian man who goes by the name of Uriel Bromberg. Now, Connor has desperately been trying to get his story told and really to make it to where no one else is harmed by this person who he has been facing constant harassment from for such a long time now. And about 4 months ago, Jessica, who is a YouTuber, did a great video all about this. Jessica's roughly about the 4th person to make a video about this. And as Connor says as well, Jessica's video got about 80,000 views quite quickly. And so it was the loudest of the content out there telling this story. However, about 2.5 to 3 months after the video was up, someone submitted a legal claim or some type of takedown request against Jessica's video and had it taken down. Connor has talked to police, he's talked to lawyers, he's tried to go through the proper avenues with this, but he has said that unfortunately it seems like no one is taking him seriously.
Do whatever you want, I'm happy, and it's New Year's. It's New Year's Day. I got a song called New Year's Day. So you stand up for you, living your life, and you think that you are making me scared. You're not. I'm happy. This is a new year. I'll be having fun. It's been 1 year. You need to get over, motherfucker. My friends like me. They know who I truly am. They support me. And that's important for me. And by the way, I got a deal with Universal Music Group, and they will be like releasing my new single, and it's amazing, and I can't wait. Yeah, you should live your life. You should leave me alone and stop messing with my followers, messing with my friends, messing with my family. Obsessed with me, obsessed with it's strange because like you are like constantly trying to say that I'm obsessed with you, but though you are the one who always be tagging me, always be saying like, oh, Uriel Bromberg, this is Uriel Bromberg, oh my god, bye.
Now, this really seems like a Risa Tisa level TikTok series, right? Like this would go crazy on TikTok. However, Connor can't post his own story on TikTok because he's been banned twice on TikTok for impersonation, amongst other reasons. But in my opinion, they're all invalid. And then also on Instagram, he can't even really post without having privacy and copyright claims submitted and then having that taken down, which must be infuriating. Now, Connor has multiple threads, a Substack dedicated to this as well. And there are multiple different YouTube videos that are still out there, thank goodness. And even a really long interview with him that I found super fascinating and all-encompassing. So I'll leave all of that in the description box below and y'all can go and look at those and read over that. But let's go over the cliff notes real quick with Connor's entire story. Since he was a teenager, Connor has been making music and he used to release music under the name Jude Connors. In 2022, he received an email from a strange email address regarding him in general and also a recent breakup with odd details that were very specific and that not many people knew. At the end of 2022, he received a DM alerting him to the fact that someone had stolen stolen his photos and was using them to create an elaborate identity under the name Uriel Bromberg online. And they were releasing music, graphic art, and film projects, amongst other things. Now, this identity wasn't loosey-goosey. It was carefully crafted, and Connor painstakingly had to contact the privacy teams of every social media platform imaginable to stop it. We're talking TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, SoundCloud, Spotify, literally everywhere. Most of Uriel's work featured a fixation on the underage child actor Ian Armitage, known for playing young Sheldon, and he even photoshopped pictures of them together. And when I say pictures of them, I mean pictures that Uriel had stolen from Connor. So it was photoshopped of Connor and Ian Armitage. And then he often claims that Ian Armitage is his son, cousin, or even close friend. And much of his music actually centers, creepily enough, around Ian Armitage, and his internet footprint is based around, it seems, obsession with this child actor. So apparently the way that Uriel Bromberg was able to build up a following and a fan base was due to a Brazilian Facebook group that was centered around pop music stan culture. And it was a private group that was super dedicated. That's apparently where he had been posting in a lot and where he had garnered his pretty large following. However, people started to catch on to his alleged lies about being connected to powerful people in the music industry, among many, many, many other very elaborate and honestly just silly lies. And then also making close relationships to Brazilian internet celebrities, including the singer named Valerie Almeida. So thanks to people in the group reaching out to Connor, at the end of 2022, he was able to get into the private Facebook group and make a post exposing Uriel for being a fraud. And that gained a lot of traction in that corner of the internet, thankfully. However, it did gain some not so great attention as well, because Connor did receive countless messages from the dark, shadowy figure behind all of this, attempting to persuade him and then ultimately threatening blackmail shortly after that.
Hi, everybody. This is the real me, not Uriel Bromberg. Yeah. Nice to meet you all. Love to Brazil.
Now, keep in mind, at this point, Connor is still trying to get his own identity on the internet back and not really having too much luck. So in 2023, he made a Twitter thread about all of this and outlining it up to that point, and Uriel sort of goes away, but not for long, because privacy and copyright strikes were submitted against Connor's Twitter account, and that gets him permabanned in the spring. In my opinion, Uriel seems to try to get in with like certain really dedicated fan bases. For instance, for some reason, one of them is the Young Sheldon fan base. So weird. And then, Brazilian pop groups or something like that. And then, this is kind of out of left field, but the Gorillaz, the group, the Gorillaz. So this part is insane that he even was able to do this. And guys, keep in mind, I will not be surprised if he tries to get this video taken down. 100%, I think he'll try to get it taken down. If he tries to get my YouTube channel taken down, if he tries to hack into something, into my toaster, I don't know. I don't put anything past this person. We're going to go over in a minute the harassment that other people other than Connor have experienced when they post content about him. But arguably, I'm the one with the biggest platform. And so I was like, no, I do not back down. No. And I do have a great track record with YouTube. And I feel like they know that I'm not going to just post, non-public figures or copyrighted material and things like that, right? So thankfully, I do have a good relationship with the legal team at YouTube, and I am usually able to get a actual person to review everything. And so, just doing what I can. But we're going to go over all of that craziness in a minute, and I'm sure we will have a part 2 to this if he tries to, threaten me or anything. He didn't respond to my email, which I thought was very interesting. But the reason why I'm talking about hacking and things like that, so I don't know how he is able to do this, but apparently he made an AI cover or something, or changed a voice or something of a Gorillaz song and tried to make it look like it was a song that he released featuring the Gorillaz. Let me be very clear, and I can't play any of it because of copyright, but if you go listen to his music, it is appalling. My 1.5-year-old could make better music on our keyboard and with sounds around the house house with like his instruments than this person. And you know what? If I'm able to, I'm going to do that. I'm going to try. Okay. But like, it's crazy. It's really, really crazy. So somehow he gets into the Spotify, like the official Gorillaz Spotify page, like hacks into it. I do not understand this, and gets that song by him featuring the Gorillaz to like make it look official on their page. What? That's illegal, right? Like that has to be illegal. And obviously, as you can imagine, the Gorillaz fan base was not too happy about that. They 100% clocked that and were like, no, that's not how that works. What are you doing? And then also, apparently he's done this multiple times with different, I'm chuckling because it's crazy, with different Spotify pages where he will like hack into it, I guess. And on Spotify, on like your own Spotify like artist page, you can attach or like refer or like suggest different artists and different pages. And he somehow got into this lady's artist page, the musician Sophie. She's very well known, a very acclaimed musician, an icon, if you will. She's also dead. So somehow he hacked into this dead lady's Spotify artist page and just pinned his thing. And he's like, yep, gonna go ahead and take this. And I think that has really created like the facade, or like fed the facade, if you will, of the like false numbers, or the inflated numbers, in my opinion, that he is able to show on his like Spotify artist thing. Because it's like, otherwise, who else is listening to this music? This is garbage. Thankfully, at that time, in like the middle of 2023, Uriel did stop using Connor Ferguson's, or Jude Connor, whatever name you want to use, but Connor Ferguson's photos, and stopped catfishing with his pictures. However, then he started like taking on multiple other identities, I guess. But even though Uriel isn't actively catfishing using the images of Connor Ferguson, by the end of 2023, Uriel started submitting privacy violations and copyright strikes to Connor's Instagram account that Connor wasn't able to appeal, which is extremely frustrating. I would know. My Instagram was taken down for a month due to false claims and false mass reporting. It's extremely frustrating. And then it's almost impossible to talk to somebody unless you pay for Meta verified. But like, I was paying for my Instagram to be like, that was verified for literally that exact reason. But then because my Instagram was down, I couldn't access it. So then I had to pay again for Meta verified to have my Facebook verified. And then I was able to talk to someone. And the second time I was able to get it back up from that. But the first time I couldn't talk to anybody. It was insane. It was down for an entire month and I never thought I was going to get it back. Thank God I did. But it was literally because a friend had another friend who had another friend who worked literally in office and was about to go on maternity leave at Instagram. Like, it's crazy. It is so crazy. And unfortunately, it seems like from what Connor has said himself, he's had basically the same experience, but he didn't have a friend of a friend of a friend, unfortunately, who works there. Like I said, I wouldn't have gotten mine back if that person wouldn't have just like flipped a switch and turned it back on. So Connor says that he began subscribing to Meta Verified, but despite what he estimates to be around 200 interactions with their so-called elevated support staff, he still isn't able to post anything on Instagram without getting it removed. Now, thanks to Connor being pretty outspoken on Reddit and those Reddit threads not being taken down, thank God. Well, most of them not being taken down. Other different, sleuths on Reddit had reached out to him and were like, I want to help, let's go. And that's wonderful. I love that. What they found was not so great. Like, in regards to investigating, yes, that's great. But like, dear God, what? It gets real dark. So allegedly they found some pretty sexually explicit posts that were made on the Young Sheldon Reddit page from accounts that are allegedly linked to Uriel Bromberg. I'm not stating that as a fact. That is what has been alleged on the internet. So apparently, allegedly, reportedly, are you not only catfishing as this person when you have been told by the person to stop and that they have no relation to you and no association with you, but then you are also posting a ridiculous amount of content about them and like in honor or like in homage to them. It's very strange. And like child picture, like little baby pictures of them as well. But then you're also posting like posts that are like sexual in nature or like have undertones of that. It's just it's disgusting. And then at the end of summer-ish in 2024, so last year, Ian Armitage and his team released this statement on the Twitters. Just a reminder to let you know that my only YouTube channel is Ian Loves Theater. It's mostly theater reviews and hasn't been very active lately. I've been busy. It's come to my attention that someone is collecting images of me and posting them. I don't know the people who do this, and if you are communicating with someone, it is not me or anyone I know. I also don't have a Spotify or a SoundCloud account. My other accounts are verified on Threads, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. I'm truly sorry if anyone has been tricked by this person. I don't know. Connor actually replied to that Twitter thread with a screenshot of one of the many unhinged emails that Uriel sent him. And the particular one that he shared was one where Uriel forges the signature of Armitage's parents to try to prove that they gave him approval for his accounts to exist, and that the delusional relationship and reality that he lives in his relationship to Armitage is real. Now, if you're thinking, wow, that's crazy, not only catfishing as like this actor, but then also like forging his parents' signature, this is not a field trip permission slip, sir. This is not okay. But apparently he has forged multiple different accounts and like identity thefted his way into, I guess, being Armitage, even to the point of getting access to the song royalties system, ASCAP, which I am not even going to pretend like I know, again, how he did that. I don't understand how he got into the Gorillaz Spotify page. I don't know how he got, like, it's wild the things that this man's able to do. Can the CIA hire him? Let's put these weird behaviors to good use instead of pretending that you are other people. Leave young Sheldon alone, you absolute freak. Now, one thing about Meta Verified, you are paying for it, right? You're supposed to have access to upper level customer service, escalated customer service, if you will. And then also a part of that is like, they know you are a real person. You are who you say you are, right? And how you do that is uploading your government ID or some form of that. And a huge benefit to that is being verified, literally exactly what the name is. It's verifying your identity. So please tell me how he was able to get a Meta verified Instagram account with using Connor Ferguson's pictures. Excuse me, sir. What? What? And it's not like you can post pictures of, like, someone couldn't have it of me and then it be like a different ID, like a different person on the ID. Like, it has to be literally like your name, your picture. And then every time you change your profile picture too, I don't know if y'all know this, if you're Meta verified, you have to like re-verify. And Connor has said that he really does believe at this point that Uriel Bromberg is like forging official documents somehow. And that would make a lot of sense. I'm not saying it's true, but that would make a lot of sense, because how else is he able to get all of these privacy claims and all of these, you know, copyright claims and things like that, saying that like he's the owner, or like, hey, this is violating my privacy, or, you know, this person is catfishing as me, when it's like, nobody, you're the catfish. So how else would he be submitting all of these things and getting them approved unless he has like a license with Connor's information on it? Now let's talk about Jessica. Jessica is a YouTube content creator. The videos that she's made are absolutely amazing. Top tier. Love it. Commentary queen, if I do say so myself. Now, Jessica posted and said that her video on Uriel Bromberg has been removed again. She submitted a dispute yet again, and she's trying to seek the help of other content creators. This video will not be re-uploaded unless YouTube accepts my dispute, as I cannot risk the status of my channel. I have stated all relevant laws that my video falls under, and I hope that YouTube can see how messed up all of this is. Now, unfortunately, a lot of times all of that is automated. Like I said, am very, I'll say blessed, but it's like, I'm not in the wrong. I'm very thankful that YouTube has sided with me on every single takedown attempt, because they have all been invalid, 100% invalid. It's truly crazy. Now, it's absolutely insane. Like, what would this person be trying to get the video taken down for? Can't be copyright, because this is protected under fair use. So a lot of times what people will do is try to do privacy claims. Now, the thing is that if you are a private citizen, then okay, sure, absolutely. But this person is not. They're on famousbirthdays.com. They also have a YouTube channel with over 300,000 subscribers. They're more of a public figure than I am at this point. So it's really wild that it seems like this person like wants to be famous, in my opinion, and has tried tried to cultivate this online persona and this false reality of fame and accolades and accomplishments, but yet can't handle the other side of that. With fame, with success comes criticism, comes people making videos about you and shitting on you and opinions that you don't agree with. But that's the other side of it. You can't just have one without the other. So no surprise to anybody, Yuri couldn't just stop at getting Jessica's video taken down multiple times, falsely in my opinion. However, he continued to harass her through email, and we have one of those right here. So this is him threatening to release like nudes that he does not have of her. Like, what? That's not it. And so he said, I have your nudes. Instagram. Yo teeth also yellow. Uriel is innocent. I don't know why he's talking in the third person. Connor will reveal and shed his skin. Apart from you, and I know your secret. You should enjoy it whilst it lasts. Because I will expose you and where you eat most at. The end. And Jessica's doing fine. I've checked in with her. She's awesome. She's so sweet. I love her. And I even said to her too, I was like, isn't it so strange when people will try to be like, oh, I'm going to release your nudes or like blackmail someone with that. And I even said to her, I was like, if like, girl, go for it. I took those pictures. So clearly I look fine as hell. Like, yes, that's my body. It surely is. Go for it. Like, I've already probably posted them. Like, what? So strange. One thing we do need to understand too is like, yes, this person is mentally unwell, very much mentally unwell. Allegedly, of course, but like, I think it's probably pretty clear that he's mentally unwell. However, they still are affecting people and hurting people and need to be held accountable and should be, in my opinion, banned from the internet and altogether. Unplug it, unplug the router, burn it. Uriel has also continued to harass Jessica and claim that Connor Ferguson is trying to get signed with Phase 4. And it's like, buddy, no one wants to be signed with your fake label. That doesn't exist. And if you weren't impressed by Uriel getting into 2 Spotify pages, he's also taken over another Spotify page. And this time it's the Canadian folk artist Bonnie Dobson. And he's done the same thing that I did with Sophie's and got his playlist to appear on her page. Talk about embedding your content. Like, okay. Also, something that's really funny, just a few extra tidbits I want to note. Famous Birthdays did a Twitter call out for Yuri on his birthday, like wishing him a happy birthday. And it's like, why? But also looking through all of their tweets, it looks like it is just like a bot. It's just like an automated thing that goes through their website and like pulls whoever's birthday it is, how old they are, and then just puts it out there. So, okay. But of course, that's feeding into the whole facade of him. And then also, apparently, there were tour dates for Uriel Bromberg for the Bromberg Last Tour. Apparently he was in London. Did this just never happen? Did people buy tickets? Like, genuinely, what is the point? If your music is garbage and you're just putting out like all of these random things to try to build up a digital footprint that you like are legit, but like no one's going to this show because it doesn't exist, in my opinion. No one's, buying your music or whatever because it sucks. And like, yeah, you can doctor and buy followers and all that, but it's like your music is trash. And of course, like, yeah, that's subjective, but I'd say like, girl, listen to it. It's trash. So what's the point then? Like, you can only fake it till you make it. Like, so far, you have to have at least like something of substance for people to like. Sometimes there definitely are people who like, they're talented and they just need like their big break, or like they just need attention. They just need a shout out. They just need something, right? They just need that momentum going. That's not the case with this person though. It stinks that they are, it seems like, doing harm to, talented creators and musicians and other people who, want to do good or are good at their job and don't realize that like this is super fake. Like, he did an interview with, this part's insane. He did an interview with some publication, with some journalists, and they interviewed him for some story. And it's like, why did you do this? Did you not look into this person and realize that like it's fake? Like, it's a fake person? Like, do your job. What are you doing? It's so sad that like anyone gets like wrapped up with this person. Good Lord.
I just wanted to ask you some questions. First, about yourself. Obviously, I know a little about you, but I was just wondering if you could tell me who you are from your point of view in your career at the minute?
Well, I have been making music for a long time and doing all this stuff as Kimberly for about 2 years, a little over 2 years now. And it's been crazy and wild and just all sorts of fantasy type stuff.
If you don't mind me asking, just about your going a bit deeper into your discography, I found out that you have worked with a label called Fuse 4, and I'm working on a piece regarding them, and I was just wondering how you initially came to work with them, and what just your thoughts on the label in general.
So I had some questions for you too
Yeah, of course.
in this
Go for it.
aspect. So I'd say from my stance on things, worked with is a very, very loose term. Quite a while ago, I was just listening to some stuff on Spotify and I came across Speed Radio
Yes,
profile.
yes.
And there was like, contact information listed in their bio on Spotify. So
Mhm.
I reached out to them about just doing some remixes of my songs, and that is about the extent that I've had with it. I don't know. I've seen some strange things after that. It was
What
kinda
could you
starting to-
elaborate on that?
I don't know, just like, messages like the message from you, or I think there was somebody else that contacted me about like, are you involved with these people? And I was like, well, no, not really, because I never really when I did the remixes with them, I really never thought of it, and I just kind of like left it alone, and that was just it. But I don't know,
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I can't go too deep into it right now just because it's an ongoing thing that I'm currently doing, so I haven't drawn
Mhm.
any conclusions or anything like that. But the whole point of this is just I'm looking to get some insight into the label themselves, and who's behind it, because there's a lot of confusion on the internet that I've seen, and people who've come to me about who is actually running the label and what the label are.
So to end this off, I want to just reiterate that this person is unhinged and very unwell, in my opinion. And I do think that he will most likely have this video taken down, or at least attempt to. And that's unfortunate. And I'm really hoping that my streak of YouTube siding with me continues, because I really do think that this person hasn't had an experience so far of another public figure, like naming them and calling them out. Everyone else really seems like, they're smaller content creators, which I love that. Meaning I love that other people are, haven't been afraid to call him out. But however, a lot of these people have dealt with the consequences of that, which unfortunately is him getting videos taken down, him threatening them, him harassing them. I just spoke with Jessica, and she even said that she has just decided to stop talking about it because he has continuously harassed her, apparently, and sent just like the most crazy, spammy, delusional emails. And then the same goes for the YouTube channel Cult Coffin. And he does more like deep dives and also does like interview style videos too. He did a video, it's very long and, mostly unedited, which I love that. But he did a longer video with Connor Ferguson interviewing him, and they went over everything. And apparently Uriel had Cult Coffin's first video taken down as well, which is crazy. And he also received a lot of threats and a lot of harassment allegedly too. So I'm sure that I will be next on the list. But right when I saw this, I couldn't get out of the rabbit hole. I was very much so stuck in it. And I just think that it's awful that, these people are going through this, but then also that this child actor obsessed catfish and internet leech and internet stalker has really just, it seems like, gotten away with all of this and has been able to take advantage of reporting systems and different holes in, social media platforms, and been able to get away with this for so long. So hopefully he won't be able to take my video down and it will get a bunch of views, and we will be able to, have this up and be able to call him out, because I think it's important for this to be a part of his digital footprint as well. He might be able to scrub everything else and all the other embarrassing and deplorable things that he has done on the internet. He might be able to scrub that, but you can't scrub me, buddy. I am a stain. Hello. So I wanted to pop in real quick and just go over some things that I think are absolutely crazy. So not only did Uriel have a fake IMDb profile, and Connor promptly reported it, which I love. And this is the email that Connor did send over. And he says, "Hi there. I'm here to report a fake profile. This profile and all of its credits projects are a completely fake person that goes by the name Uriel Bromberg online. This person has been stalking and catfishing me for years. They have many fake profiles around the internet for their persona, including IMDb. They may also be a danger to children. Proof of all of this can be found in these Reddit threads." Now, keep in mind as well, I know I said previously, or I might say later in this video, depending on where this little insert goes, a lot of these posts from the Reddit Bureau of Investigation thread, the RBI subreddit, those have been taken down, which sucks, obviously. And then the ones in the YouTube drama subreddit page have not been taken down, to my knowledge. So it sucks that somehow he's been able to get some of these taken down. But the IMDb people, thank God, got back to Connor and said that they determined that the individual's page contained false and illegitimate information. As such, we have removed their page and have taken steps to prevent false information being reinstated without verifiable evidence. This update will appear live on our site shortly. At least someone's doing something. And then something else that I thought was absolutely hilarious is that a lot of times Yuri, well, back in the day, I guess, like a few years ago, he used to show off a MTV Music Video Award, the Moon Man, and he had posted about it a few times. And then the Fuse 4 label Instagram posted about it. And the things they post are just so weird. It says, "Have you ever wanted to get a close-up look at a VMA award? Now you see." And then they tag them and it's like, what's the point of this? And then Yuri's the only one who's interacting with this page. It's so strange. And I was thinking, I was like, it's weird that they would have these little like certificates at the bottom, like one from Society Awards, which is the company that makes these awards. And like they make like Emmys and like Vanguard Awards and like People's Choice. They're a very popular one to like make awards like this. Well, I was like, well, why would someone have like that right next to it, like displayed like that, unless you're like posting it for like a listing on like a website to sell it or something. So then thanks to Google Lens, I went ahead and searched for that specifically. And then I found this other Instagram page that it looks like it's on exactly the same shelf, because guess what it is? And literally look at the shadows. What's going on here? And I looked at that and I was like, wow, that's weird. And then I found from that Instagram, girl, investigative journalist who? From that Instagram, I found that it's a pretty reputable eBay storefront that they sell like all of, like there's a Golden Globe, there's like an American Theater Wing Tony Award, like that's what a Tony Award looks like. Wow. And so I'm thinking that this was from a previous listing that they had, like the one that they have on there right now, it's like a golden one. So they don't have a silver one available right now, but I'm sure they probably did at some point. And it's on the same shelf. Like, listen, anyone can fake anything on social media. And it's pretty clear to me, at least, that almost everything this person does is fake. And it's so creepy. Also, another thing from his Twitter, there's a picture that he posted 2 months ago in December that says, "Hi, I'm Uriel BRG. Who is this 12-year-old boy? You tell me right now, who is this 12-year-old boy with the braces?" I mean, he has a little bit of facial hair, but like he literally looks like a 14-year-old. Sir, do you have metal bunk beds in your bedroom? Like what's going on? But then in this picture on his like profile picture on Twitter, he looks like he's 40. So he also has, it's always so cringe when people do this. He has all of his like following counts on his bio, and 1.1 million, 440,000, and almost 300,000 on YouTube. And it's like, okay, but what do you like? Did you just buy all those? Because that's what it sounds like. It sounds like all of those are you. And then it says that he's an artist and he's with Republic Records and Universal Music Group and Virgin Music. And it's like, hey, no, you're not. There's no way that these people would sign you with how crappy your music is. And listen, you might think I'm being mean, but dear God, this music is atrocious. Also, I wanted to go a little bit deeper, unfortunately, into the dodgy and creepiness in regards to his interactions on the internet with literal children. So this is a post from Paw Patrol the movie in 2021, and it's of Ian Armitage and his co-star, and they're just posing in front of, a bunch of marketing cutouts, and then he comments and says, "So beautiful." And then in 2023, interacting with minors on social media, obviously. And then this one is a 15-year-old. Girl, you are half naked in that picture. Why are you posting that on the internet? Creep's gonna get to you. Literally wearing matching striped jammies? Like, what's going on here? Anyways, so he said, "Happy birthday, Queen." How about just not? Just, if you're not related to him, don't talk to him. And then another time, and just another real creepy aspect of this is Ian Armitage posted a picture where he's wearing a shirt and it says this perspective, and it is a completely different like brand, nonprofit, whatever it is, not even related to Bromberg. And Yuri, I guess, just stole the logo and like made it his own. And this, y'all, allegedly, this person just loves copyright and plagiarism because, dear God. So he reposted it and said, like, as his own picture, not even reposted, and said, "I won," and tags Ian and says, "Young Sheldon star wearing my upside down bubble perspective bubble design." No, he's not, buddy. And he said, "Perspective design, meaning the bubbles as the letter I, is exactly because there are too many versions of me, myself, and I. I wanted to be self-contained, singular, and real, but all people see are different perspectives of myself. We look at these slivers of other people, these tiny threads of information, and blah, blah, blah." Dear God. Okay. And then he just keeps going and going and going, being a weirdo. And then he tags Ian again and says, "I'm truly so happy that you have worn and do have one. I hope you enjoy knowing the meaning behind." And then he posts the link to buy it. And someone posted and said, "I love it. Thanks for taking us with you." And he said, "Thank you so much. Glad to know that you love it." And it seems like people are commenting, like thinking that it's Ian Armitage. Like, I'm so confused. Like, do people really think that this is him? Like, do people not have any like common sense or reading comprehension or like critical thinking on the internet? Clearly not. Another thing that's quite interesting, sorry, I know I'm just putting a bunch of other random thoughts in here, but Fuse for Management or Fuse for label, like he claims that he's signed with them, but then also like on his LinkedIn and on, you know, other parts of the internet, it says like he's the owner and label manager. You're signed and you own it. You're signed by yourself. Another super creepy aspect to this obsession is when I guess Ian Armitage accidentally followed Yuri back on Twitter, and then Yuri responded and, you know, posted it and said, "I woke up and young Sheldon followed me back." It's always a red flag when people call you by the name of a character you play instead of your actual name. And he said, "Thank you so much for a glimpse of happiness. Never thought this would happen, but I was the happiest and luckiest, best day I ever had in a while." And then I guess a few minutes later, after Ian Armitage was like, "Oh dear God, what have I done?" he unfollowed him. And Yuri replied again to his own comment and said, "I almost had a heart attack. Too bad. You left just like everyone and everything I've loved. At least this happened." If that's not someone who's clinically unwell, I don't know what is. Here's another one of him calling a 14-year-old handsome and saying that he looks so good. Here's yet another one of him calling a 14-year-old handsome. And also here is confirmation of the Perspective graphic t-shirt from the Two Blind Brothers company, which that's who the shirt is actually from. And they confirmed that it was not designed by Yuri, but it was actually designed by a member of their team in 2017. So Yuri is lying once again and just blatantly stealing people's information. And apparently the Blue Sky account that seems to be catfishing Ian Armitage or catfishing as Ian Armitage is also run by Yuri. And one interesting thing is that if you go to Yuri's posts on there, some of the only likes he has are from his own accounts, which is insane. So for instance, there is his main one, another one, another one, another one, and then there's the Ian Armitage Blue Sky social. And Ian Armitage has already said he doesn't have a Blue Sky account. He listed out the ones that he has, and he says that he's verified on each social media. And so again, he's catfishing as Ian Armitage, which is so crazy, even though he's been called out for it multiple times. And of course, here's another one of him tweeting Ian Armitage saying, "I love your profile picture. Can't believe you're almost 14. I'm going to vomit." And then here we have a bunch of his posts that were from Reddit that were deleted, I guess. And it really seems like he was trying to still push that the YouTube channel was Ian's and not his. And he even says here, "That's not weird. He said he has 2 accounts because Ian Loves Theater is owned by his mother." Yeah, because he's a minor and he has posted a bunch of exclusive things on this YouTube. That's normal. No, that's not normal, and that's fake. And then he also keeps tagging himself as well and saying, like, basically promoting his Instagram, acting like he's not the same one posting. He's also created his own fan page, and it just looks like it's him. And then here's a tweet where he was trying to get Ian to DM him and saying that his DM wasn't working. And it's like, buddy, probably because he made it so you can't DM him. And he's saying that he has something for him but didn't want to publish it. It's probably some weird fan art or like, I don't know, a picture of his gross wiener. who knows? So also on his Facebook, it's literally the same 4 accounts that he's engaging with himself from. So there's like a Yuri Marshall account, Uriel James account, Uriel Bromberg account. There's so many, and they're all just liking each other's stuff and engaging with each other. It is so wild. This is probably a shock to no one, but it also looks like he has a OnlyFans account. However, I doubt that these photos are even of him, which is unfortunate. Also, his wiener is a size 8, in case you were wondering. So regarding the royalties account that we had talked about before, like we said, apparently he's hacked allegedly a royalties account where now these royalties are like being sent to him, and that's so messed up. I don't know if like these people are aware of this. I know a lot of people in the entertainment industry, aren't super aware of like, you get royalty deposits or checks, and then it's just a little bit here and there. So like sometimes you won't even notice. But I mean, this is for an entire third quarter and it's like $250. So I mean, he's essentially stealing money from someone. So I mean, that's fraud. Is there such thing as royalties fraud? Because this guy's doing it apparently. Like he has nothing to do with any of these things. Right? All right. Like I said, if y'all want to go further down into the rabbit hole that is all of this, I'll actually have a Google Doc link down below, and I'll have a bunch of links in there. There's just so much information. So I'm going to put all of my sources in the description box down below. I think that would be very helpful. Anyways, so appreciate you. Connor Ferguson actually has been working on his own music now. And well, I mean, he was previously too, but he couldn't release it because he couldn't get on social media and on all of these other platforms, like under his own name, which is crazy. So he has been working on his own music and all that. So I will have that link down below too. And who knows, maybe I can pay him and have him do like an in-screen video, like jingle or something for me. That'd be cute. Anyways, if you are subscribed, I appreciate you so much, and your butt looks so good and your feelings are valid. Let's take a deep breath. I hope you have lots of snacks, yummy snacks. It is Tuesday, been a hell of a week already. And I just hope you're doing really well. And listen, if you're not subscribed, I don't know what your butt looks like. And honestly, it's none of my business because I don't want to look at it. I've heard not great things. But the good thing is you don't even need a BBL. You don't need sculpture injections. I have sculpture injections. You don't need them. All you have to do is subscribe and bada bing, bada boom, juicy cheeks. All right, baby girl, come on, I got you. All right, I will see you in my next video. Hopefully this doesn't get taken down. Goodbye.